What's up, guys? Will H Tech Review back with another video. Doing a follow-up on the Apple MacBook Air M1 after having this for 4 months. And I have to say that this device has been a great device to have. I have truly enjoyed using this device. So let's get into it. So 4 months ago, I picked up this device and I picked up a Windows laptop as well. The Windows Microsoft Surface Laptop 3. I did that to do a comparison to see which system I wanted to have and use on a daily basis going forward. So I really have been using Windows for a long time. I feel more comfortable with Windows than the Mac OS. But I've read so many great things about the MacBook Air M1, I decided to pick this up. So I picked up a new laptop, the Windows and the MacBook Air, to have for my channel to edit my videos. I had tried out a lot of tablets. I was trying to figure out which way I wanted to go as far as using a device to run my channel for entertainment, watching movies, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, for editing photos, for checking email, and just an all-around device. I also was looking for a device that I could use on my desk hooked up to my monitor to use as my desktop computer at my desk. So, like I said, I picked up the Microsoft Surface Laptop 3 and this one. This is the 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage. This has the M1 chip. The Microsoft Surface Laptop 3 had a Core i5, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage. It had a 13.5-inch display, what they call Pixel Sense, which was great. It had some great speakers on it, which were beneath the keyboard. Had a better camera, webcam than this one. This one is 720p, and I have to admit, this camera on here is not great at all. The Microsoft Surface Laptop 3 had Alcantara on the keyboard deck, had a nice trackpad, had a nice keyboard, the keys and everything, which this one is nice as well. 13.3-inch display, Retina, has great colors, great size, has excellent keyboard and trackpad. Even though I have this skin on here, as you guys see, I have a skin on here that I put on the device. Just to keep it looking in pristine condition. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep this skin on here, but the trackpad is still nice and responsive, and I'm keeping it from getting scratched up and everything. This does have great speakers, just like the Microsoft Surface Laptop 3, but when it came to performance, the M1 outperformed the Core i5 processor. Now, that was for video editing and just moving around every day. I found this one to have less hiccups than that one, especially when I tried to do something like 4K video. Now, I don't shoot a lot of 4K video on my channel, but in the future, I may decide I want to start doing that. So I was looking for a laptop to cover all of those things and be future-proof as well. Now, the Microsoft Laptop 3 had a touchscreen, which I really and truly enjoyed because that also meant that it had pen support, whereas the Apple MacBook Air doesn't have that. So when it came to performance, doing video editing and stuff like that, the Core i5 processor just couldn't hold up. It would heat up, it would get hot, things would crash. If you tried to do, video editing and then browse the web or do something else, a couple other tasks at the same time, couldn't keep up. This one does. So I ended up getting rid of the Microsoft Surface Laptop 3, and I picked up another Windows laptop, which was the Dell 7000 2-in-1 laptop. 2-in-1 meaning that you could fold it from tent mode, you can have it in tablet mode, you can have it in presentation mode, they called it. Had a touchscreen. It also had pen support. It had more ports around the side of it. It had 512 gigabytes of storage, 8 gigabytes of RAM, the same as pretty close to the same specs as the Microsoft Surface Laptop 3. But when it came to video editing and performance like that, it also would heat up. The fans would come on. So it wasn't going to be the perfect choice for me. Now, I know I could have went up to the Core i7, but when I started buying these laptops, my budget was no more than $1,000 per laptop for whichever one I was going to choose. So to go up to the Core i7 would have meant, and more RAM, 16 gigabytes of RAM would have meant going over the $1,000 budget that I had. So again, the Apple MacBook Air took the win as far as performance. And so that's why it is still here. Now I did buy one more laptop, Windows laptop, and it was called the Lenovo Yoga 6. And I made a video, but I never posted it. I used it for a day and I took it right back to Best Buy the next day. Don't buy that laptop, it's trash. Not even in the conversation with the other two that that I talked about. So from then on, this has been my everyday use laptop right here. Like I said, I use it on my desk over there, hooked up to my external monitor with a keyboard and a mouse. And that's how I watch my movies. That's how I edit my videos. That's how I go about checking my email. Everything else that you're going to use a laptop for. And it has been great. The design, now this is not my first Mac device, MacBook Air. Here's my old 2014 MacBook Air. As you guys see, they took away some of the stuff. They got a USB-A there, expansion slot right there. And but the design is pretty much the same. You got that wedge-shaped design, which still looks pretty good, man. I think it's time for Apple to, update this a little bit. So I was pretty familiar with Apple, with the Mac operating system, but I just prefer Windows more. And here it is here, as you guys see. You got your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack right there. You got your two Thunderbolt ports there, which are great. And just 2.8 pounds, lightweight, portable, and still looks modern to me. I put the skin on it to give it a little protection, not so much for flair and style, but more so for protection. And like I said earlier, the display is great on there. The Retina display is awesome, 2560 by 1600 resolution. This has the 7-core GPU, 8-core CPU, which performs well. No issues with performance. Everything is smooth, buttery. Only seen that little colorful circle once or twice, and I've only had the apps crash once or twice on it. I keep it updated. The battery life is excellent on this. I'm not sure in terms of hours or whatever, but I know I rarely charge it, and it's been great. Moving about the whole system, the 256 gigabytes for storage is okay for me now that I have the Samsung T7 SSD. I kind of use that to help preserve some of the storage on here. It's just Mac OS. I don't know my ins and outs, and I haven't taken the time to really dig in and learn how to use this operating system. But I know it's smooth, it's fast, it's great. Keyboard, like I said, is excellent to type on. Trackpad is nice. But I am thinking of selling this and picking up the new iPad Pro 12.9 with the M1 chip in it, because it's going to give me some of the features that this one doesn't have. That has a 12.9 inch display with 120 hertz refresh rate. It's going to be 2048 by 2732 pixels, liquid retina, and it's going to have that HDR mini LED LCD display. And it's going to be great. 12.9, this is 13.3. And the thing about that, I can use it as a tablet, or I can get the Magic Keyboard and use it if for me as a laptop, because I know it's not going to be capable of running all the programs and stuff that a real laptop runs. But for what I use my device for, it'll be perfect. That device is going to get up to 1,000 nits of brightness. A lot of nice features with that device. The RAM is going to be pretty much the same on it. It's going to have a better camera when I want to FaceTime with my family, and some nice cameras on the back of it as well. I'm not going to break down and give you all the specs on that, because you can go out and research that yourself. One thing that really sold me, making me think about that, is, like I said earlier, I use this on my desk as my main computer. Well, now with the iPad Pro, we have full monitor support on there, and external monitor support, where that is nice, because the older ones, you would get that crop view on there. You'd have to try to download an app or jump through hoops to get it to go full screen on your external monitor. So that definitely kind of selling me on that device. And the idea that I can use it as a tablet when I need to use a tablet, or when I need a keyboard, I can hook up either by the Magic Keyboard or just keyboard that's compatible with it. So that's where I am. And the pen support, Apple Pencil support as well, when I need to jot down some stuff. So that's where I am on that. This device is truly a great device. I have truly enjoyed it. I know the price on that device is going to be a whole lot more than this one, because if I decide to go ahead and pull the trigger, I'm getting the 256 gigabyte one, which I think is around $1,200 or $1,300 in comparison to the $999 price starting point for this. You can get it a whole lot cheaper. I did when I picked this up, but I think the iPad Pro would suit my needs a little bit better, like I said. So I'm going to think about it and see, but that's my follow-up on the MacBook Air M1. Great device for anyone out there. You're going to get longevity out of it. Apple's going to support this device a long time. So, all right, guys, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Will H Tech Review, and I'm out.